Hello everyone, I'm Thewitchatarian and I'm going to do your read for the collective for the week of March 11th to 18th. So, as always, please like, subscribe, and share if this resonates with you. I'm doing more and more readings all the time. I'm going through a bit of a cold at the moment, so bear with me as my voice is a little more nasally than normal. So I'm going to do the reads and just kind of see where everyone's energy is at as a collective. It's kind of going through some stuff. I'm feeling it. And I'm going to use the terms feminine and masculine energies, and just feel free to flip them, switch them, use them however it works for you and whatever you want, really. And the same goes with the reading. This reading may not be for you, it's general, so take whatever resonates and leave the rest. And timing is fluid, so you might be watching this for this week coming up, and it might resonate, or it might resonate in a few months from now. Everything is fluid, so I'll just get a few cards here. My cards have been super stubborn lately. Nothing wants to pop out, which is okay. We might just flip if we feel it. So I do feel like, I'm pretty sure I just got this in one of my reads. Discontent and boredom. So let me just look on the bottom. Solitude, which is the hermit. So some of you could be in hermit mode and feeling pretty secluded, and I mean that might also be like you might be with someone. You might not be a single person, but you might still be with someone. But it seems like this is kind of like a time where we're doing inner work. So I can even attest to this. There's like boredom, like you just want to be out. You want to just be out and doing all the things. And I don't know about you, but I live in the northern hemisphere, and like the last few days have been so beautiful and so like it's like spring's in the air. We had that beautiful full moon. I was like going on night walks, and then yesterday it snowed, and it didn't just snow a little bit, it snowed a lot, and it felt like bam, we're like going back into like this like mode of like hibernation, and it sucks because you can feel it's so close, but you just have to wait a little bit longer. So financial and material changes. I feel like even though we're still like having to do all this inner work, there's like so much potential on the horizon. And so a lot of us are also feeling, are feeling stagnant where we are. So it doesn't surprise me that maybe some of you are thinking about taking on a new career, changing things up, finding something that's a little more soul fulfilling. It's a time of change for sure. Okay, and so we have the Hope card, which is 17. It's the star. So maybe some of you are an Aquarius. So this is hope, this is faith, this is rejuvenation. And so that ties into having like the faith that good things are on the horizon, good things are coming. Movement, choices, and decisions. So we do have movement, and even though it might just be like at a snail's pace, it's happening, people, okay? There is positive change forward. And crown chakra. So remembering, if you're bored, or if you are, feeling apathetic, if you step into a place of like meditation, if you're trying to connect to your higher self, that is a good focus, and that's going to really benefit you in this time of hibernation. This is still a time of hibernation. Okay, so I'll get a few cards here. And I'm not sure if we'll clarify today, but I don't know if I'll need to. I'm learning to read the cards more of just with my intuition and just kind of letting it see where it goes, and not so much getting fixated on the meanings that are fixed to the cards, if that makes sense. So you might find my readings, you might say, hey, that's not what that card means, but it's what it means for me, and it's what it triggers in my intuition. It kind of leads me to like my thought process and kind of what I see. I wouldn't say I'm fully like clairvoyant, but I just have like this like sense of knowing, and this is actually only recent for me. So in the last few months, I've been able to really hone in on my extra senses, and a lot of the people in the collective, you might actually be feeling this as well, that your gifts are starting to open up. So everyone's able to tap into like their psychic abilities, and I'm gonna make sure that, yeah, okay. Everyone's able to tap into those psychic abilities. It's just learning to quiet our intellect, quiet our ego down, and not second guess ourselves so much. And I think that's kind of what the ego does. It goes, do you really think that? Is that really happening? Like, it's just that kind of annoying voice over top of like what your higher self is trying to come through. And that might come through in pictures or sounds, voices, or just a sense of knowing. Okay. Let's see. So what I'm getting right now, we've got the King of Swords, the Nine of Wands, and then the Four of Swords in reverse. Okay, so King of Swords is someone that's very much in their head, very much about the truth, clear cutting, could be a little bit harsh. Okay. So we're kind of at a place right now where we know what it is that we want, but we're still in our headspace, and that's maybe why we're kind of sitting at this stagnation point where we're beating ourselves up because we're stuck in this headspace when we really need to be like moving it down into our emotions. And that's why, I mean, I don't really see, there's not cups on here, so I feel like there's like a lack of emotion, or there is a lack of bridging the gap from the head to the heart. So staying in our headspace a little too much, getting stressed out about processes and where we're wanting our life to be, and how that's supposed to unfold, because we as humans think things are supposed to happen in a certain way. And getting, yeah, okay, so Queen of Wands. There's passion on the other side of the bridge. Like, I feel like once we get through this period of hibernating, there's just like gonna be this like, and it's already starting, there's like this smoldering, burning fire that's kind of just slowly being lit, and you can smell the smoke and you know it's coming. We're just waiting for it, right? And once that fire, this is in the bottom of the deck, the Ten of Cups. Yeah, once that fire starts to like ignite things, and we can step out of like hermit mode, and we can step out of beating ourselves up, we are really going to start reaping the rewards. And like this might be like a job that you've always been passionate about. You might be moving towards that, or it might be a relationship, or it might just be a new way of living. And I've really felt this lately, because we are stepping into opening our heart, that there's just like these little glimpses and little like miracles that I've been recognizing daily that just kind of like opens me up a little bit more. And I think that's all we have to really be open to, is just like these little things, these little like fires are starting, and just allowing them to, you know, heat up and get a little bit stronger. And it's going to really fuel and ignite us through this next phase of our lives. So I don't want us to get too caught up on the how, the when, or the why, and just kind of allow the surrender. So it could be difficult, but it's well worth it. And I'm always pleasantly shocked when the universe kind of gives me something that I had no idea I was expecting, but it's exactly what I needed in that moment. So I'm going to also suggest a great way to open your blessings and really allow positive energy and allow your vibration to really like level up, starting a gratitude journal. So focusing on what you're grateful for in this moment, and like write down like 50 things, write like 50 things down a day for like the next 10 days, and just kind of see how that shifts your mind and your whole energy from your head into your heart. And it's gonna really start to open up your eyes to what's around you, and you'll start seeing the universe synchronize for you, and really you'll realize that the universe has your back. If you've ever read that book, The Alchemist, it's like my favorite book. Just when the whole universe conspires to help you go exactly where you're supposed to go, it's like, it's phenomenal. And I've had glimpses of that in the last few years, and it like brings me to tears thinking about it. Like when you just have that innate knowing that the universe is there for you, it's so comforting, and it doesn't feel like you're ever alone. So even like when you're in hermit mode, you're never really alone. Like you always have the divine helping you. You always have that extra force with you. And because we are made up of the divine, I mean I could go on forever, but this is, yeah, we are all one, right? So it's pretty cool when you can start opening up and really seeing what the universe has to offer for you. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there, and I hope it resonated with some of you. I would love to hear where you are on your journey, so feel free to email me or leave comments. And yeah, and remember to do something that raises your vibe today, and have a good day.